Mark Alyn cooks your dinner. Hi. During the next hour, we're going to have a special today. We're going to do a Cajun cook-off. Now, actually, we have two gentlemen, both cook Cajun. We're going to find out about their Cajun backgrounds and talk to them about books that they've written. And they've both been on the show before. Ken Atchity and Sledge will be joining us. We have more education packed into this hour than ever before. Ken has a doctorate and has taught at university level. LD is a former retired attorney. I can't believe it. I mean, you know, I have a degree in film and TV, radio. So these guys are super, super smart, and we're going to be talking to them today here on Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner. Join us, won't you? And welcome to Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner. We're going to bring in two gentlemen right now. We're going to bring in Ken Atchity and we're going to bring in LD Sledge. We're going to talk to them about their books. We've got Ken up right now. We've got LD there. And we'll stay right there. That's not Mark Alyn. That's Ken. So let's bring Ken and see if you can get rid of me. And all right, do what you want. Okay. Got it, and there we go. So, gentlemen, welcome to Mark Alyn Cooks. Welcome back. LD's been on. This is his third appearance, and Ken, you've been here twice. I have to talk about Ken's chili that we cooked last time. About 2 weeks after we made the chili, Carol came to me and said, I want more chili. So I made more of Ken's chili. It is really good. And you can find that at youtube.com/Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner. And Ken has a book. Last time we talked about My Obit, My Daddy Holding Me. He's got a new book coming out. The first quarter, Ken? Oops, hold on. Say that again, Ken. I'm sorry.
January.
Oh, it's coming out in January. So,
Yeah.
and this is My Southern Belle. This is about your mom. The other book was about your dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Did your mother grow up in Louisiana?
Yeah, she was born in Louisiana and grew up down there until she met my dad.
Got it. LD, you're a Louisiana native?
Yeah,
Wow.
born and raised.
Born and raised. Well, we've got both of their books up. Gentlemen, let's toast. Ken and I are vodka drinkers, so I'm going to say salute. I'm drinking Chopin vodka, which is a potato vodka from Poland. And LD has the most unusual beer I have ever heard of. It's chocolate peanut butter beer. And it's called Sweet Baby Jesus. Move it to your, yeah, there you go. I can't believe it. How does it taste?
It tastes great. I love it. That's why I had to get it, both because of the name and because it has chocolate peanut butter. It's really good.
No, I'm
I
going
can't
to
wait to
stick
go
with
get-
vodka. Yeah. Does that sound
But
good
you
to
can
you,
buy-
Ken?
Especially
Yeah.
up there in Yankee country, you probably have to order it special.
I can just hear my Louisiana relatives going, "Sweet baby Jesus, this is the best beer."
Yeah. I was telling our guests that when I was back in Washington, D.C. not long ago, I had Sweet Baby Jesus oysters. And I believe they're from Virginia. And they were terrific. They were fresh on the half shell. Tom Martin says, looks like it's going to be a great show. You got that right, Tom. And if you want to join us, you can. If you have questions or comments, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. I wanted to just show people this. And Carol, if you could show us our cooking area, our chopping area. This is okra. And when I was a kid, Campbell's Soup made a chicken gumbo, Ken. And I picked out the okra because I really loved it. I love okra. Now, some
Oh,
people don't, yeah, and some people don't like okra because it has, I guess it's a texture thing.
yeah. They don't like the sliminess. They always call it.
Yeah, I love it. I buy, when Carol doesn't look, I will buy um, okra pickles and stick them in the refrigerator where she can't see them. Because I really like this stuff. So,
You guys need separate refrigerators.
yeah, well, we have two. Maybe we should make it a his and a her. We're going
Yeah.
to start cooking. We're going to start cooking black pepper shrimp, which is featured in Cajun Delectables. I'm going to go back over here to our stove. I've already melted butter. There it goes. I'm going to heat that up. I'm going to put shrimp in here. Now, we're going to have the full recipe of both Ken and LD at youtube.com/Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner. It'll be up tomorrow. Because it's we're small eaters, Carol and myself, we're going to, we've cut the recipes way, way down. So we'll make it work as best as it can. So I'm going to heat up some butter. I'm going to add the shrimp, and then I've got some garlic to add in there. Normally, what we would do is put this pan under the broiler, but we talked to LD, and we're going to try a different way, and we'll just use the butter. I've got to ask, did you both grow up on, Ken, I'll start with you, lots and lots of butter?
I'm afraid I did. Yeah, we're still having an ongoing fight to this day because butter is the primary ingredient in Louisiana, and that's after lard went away. Um, so butter was an advance in health standards as far as everybody down there is concerned. And if you don't see butter on the table, there's something wrong with this meal.
Sweet butter or salted?
No, just butter from
Butter.
the barnyard. You know, it's
Oh, wow.
nothing fancy. It's fresh butter.
Fresh butter. LD, the same at your home?
Oh yeah, we had butter. Butter was always good, and margarine was something that you just say, "Oh, what the heck is that stuff?" You know?
Yeah, I
Exactly.
never did like margarine.
No,
Never,
me either.
never liked it. Okay, I think we're almost, yes. So we're gonna turn up the heat just a little bit. I can hear it sizzling. Now, should I put the garlic in first, or should I put the shrimp in first, LD?
No, well, let me just tell you what. I usually don't put garlic at all in there, but that's in the recipe. It might make it some better. But I just put the butter in there, and I put the shrimp on top, and then I blacken it with black pepper,
All right, well,
and,
that's what we'll do then.
stick it under the broiler. And now you're going to try something new, and that might be kind of good. Actually, make it simple.
All right. Well, you have garlic in here because we're going to dip some bread into the sauce.
Yeah.
And I got to be
Well,
careful because
why
let's see,
why not? Why not? The
6,
garlic
7,
only
8,
makes
9,
it
10.
better. Garlic's
Oh,
my favorite fruit.
oh yeah, mine too. So we're cooking the shrimp, and we're going to cook them fast. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start covering this with black pepper.
Good. You got them blackened it blackened. I mean, just black.
This is black pepper shrimp.
I take a can of it and I just kind of dump it on it, And
Well, let me see.
Yeah,
Carol, see if you have some ground pepper back there.
yeah,
Save
when
my
when you
arm.
grind it, yeah, you're gonna take a while.
yeah, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah. Don't we have any? We may not even have any black pepper.
Uh,
So I'll just keep going till
Well,
Carol's.
Well, to make it right, you really need to make it black. I mean, like just black, and it looks like it's snowed black on snow.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
You're right. And the
So,
shrimp are cooking.
yeah, my
yeah,
mother's
there's
essential.
a restaurant in New Orleans, and they call this barbecue shrimp.
Got it. Do we have any, Carol? Didn't even think of that.
Yeah, well, that's the right size shrimp. But the thing is that when you have the heads on the shrimp, and that in the butter gives it a definite taste, a nice taste,
Well,
because the fat and their heads come out, and it makes it really nice. But anyway, that's good. We can knock it out this way. Good.
you find it, Carol? No. All right. Let me see if. Let's see
Usually,
if I can find.
I usually the one, I sometimes take two sticks of butter, make a lake of butter, Now this is going to be good.
Well,
And you might try the garlic in it and just see how it goes.
all right. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in there too right now,
Yeah, good. That'll help, probably.
and we'll stir that around. And then I'm going to add more pepper.
Yeah. This is a very, very quick recipe. It is so quick. You can put the shrimp in there and be out in 15 minutes and ready to
Oh,
eat.
yeah. I can see that. My arms hurt, guys. My grinding, right?
Well, if you had
Your
a
arm
big
is
thing,
tired.
you just dump it.
I'm sorry, what was that, Ken?
If you had a big shaker of pepper, you just dump it. It's
Yeah,
no secret at all.
not sure. I got to put that on the shopping list. We got to get ground pepper in here. All right, this one is pretty much done. I'm going to do two things. I have some bread.
What kind of bread you got there?
I got a little piece of French baguette.
Okay. I usually take a French bread and I split it down the middle. I spread butter all in it and I sprinkle garlic in it. I put it under the toaster and toast it, and that's what I dip in the butter.
Got it. Well, I'm going to a lot of Cajun food. I've eaten etouffee and had shrimp and crab boils in New Orleans, and it's a lot of hand. You pick it apart with your hands.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm going to
Of
try
course.
this. How long have you been cooking, LD?
Oh, about 20 years. I didn't start till late in life. I was around 60 years old when I really seriously started cooking.
All
That
right.
was 27 years ago.
Yeah, LD just celebrated his 87th birthday. So
Great.
I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that too. All right, I'm going to taste the shrimp. And it's really good. By the way, I used a pink Mexican shrimp, fresh, uh, and they're on sale this week at Whole Foods. This is not there's no paid sponsorship on this. And the
Yeah,
bread
right.
came out really nicely. Okay.
That's cool to know that you can fry them up like that the same way. You get the same
It came
effect,
out.
I guess, almost.
It's almost like a scampi with the bite of the pepper. It's really nice.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's talk to Ken. Ken,
Is that it?
the,
Is that the end of the recipe?
I'm sorry?
Is that the end of the
Is
recipe?
that the end of his
That's
recipe?
it.
Oh, I thought you put in the broiler or something.
Well, we do, but I don't have a camera on the broiler because
Oh,
so we thought we'd just do it on the pan, and I could broil it. And as I said, the full recipe will be there on YouTube tomorrow,
Later when we're here.
and the full recipe. Let me
okay.
Oh,
talk.
good. You're going to cook it just like it's supposed to be cooked under
Yeah,
the broiler for that.
exactly.
That's good, man. All right, that'll be better.
Okay, LD, join us. Ken,
Yeah.
the name of your book, and we'll bring that back up, is My Obit, My Southern Belle. That's
Yeah.
short for My Obituary?
Yeah.
Is that, you planning on going someplace soon?
Well, eventually we're all going to the same place, hopefully. And I thought, why not write it myself instead of waiting for some strange writer to write it? And this is volume 2, and working on volume 3.
So the first one was about your dad. This one's about your mom. Who's volume 3 going to be about?
Well, that's a very ticklish question. If it's about Hollywood, then I probably have to hang up my producer's, uh, hat.
Right.
And if it's about my academic life, I would probably put a lot of people to sleep. And if it's about my life as an engineer, who knows? So I haven't decided yet. Let's put it that
Got
way.
Ken has taught at university level. He has a doctorate in English, if I'm not
Comparative
mistaken.
literature.
Uh, wow. And LD, as I said, is a retired attorney. So we have more education on this show today than any show I've ever done in 30,000 interviews that I've done. Jennifer, yeah, isn't that amazing about LD? I want
Well,
what he's having.
yeah.
You can't. You can't have it. Great to know he learned to cook at 60. Yeah, that's incredible. All right, Ken.
I'm just getting started there, Mark.
Well, LD has got a whole series of books and tutorials on how to write, how to get a book published. Ken is a book publisher, a film producer. You have a film coming out.
Yeah, we have several coming out. The next one coming out is Meg 2, the follow up on the Jurassic Shark movie, coming out from Warner Brothers in August. And then we have a movie on Gambino that the star is going to be announced in a couple of months and go into production shortly after. And we have, several movies coming out. Let's put it that way.
Wow. And Ken is the executive producer on these. I remember that. Do you like producing?
I like getting things done. And that's
Then
what
you like producing.
and I like producing in the part that has to do with getting things done. There's another huge dimension of it that is known, in Louisiana as BS, which is the part that I don't like too much.
Got it. Jennifer says LD needs to write a book about aging and attitude, and you could join me in my book, Growing Old Sucks, but it doesn't have to. All right, we're going to start.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that
I
title.
think I sent you both that book at one point. All right, I'm melting
No,
some
I
butter.
didn't get-
I'm melting some butter. Earlier today, I cooked some vegetables.
Are you talking to me now?
I'm talking to you. This is about Ken now,
Okay.
and I'm going to melt this butter. I'm going to make a roux. Now, a roux is Ken. Tell us what a roux is, because I think people need to know.
Well, a roux is the basis of most complicated Cajun dishes, including gumbo, and including etouffee and smothered chicken and lots of stuff like that. So it's basically made up of two ingredients which is butter and flour, and that's it. You melt the butter in a wrought iron skillet like that, and then you start pouring the flour into it, and you stir it until it gets a little darker than peanut butter. And they say in Louisiana that how you know it's a good chef is the darker the roux, the better the chef.
Aha.
Because most new chefs they chicken out before the roux gets dark enough because they don't want to burn it because it takes a split second for the roux to just burn. And so you've got to stir it constantly, thicken it just enough with the butter, and keep stirring it until it looks like dark peanut butter.
All right, I'm going to be adding the flour and
Yeah, good. And you want to make sure there's no lumps in the roux. So that's why you have to thicken it. Stir it all the time,
right.
like you're doing perfectly.
Thank you.
And yeah, and you'll know when it's done. You're going to want to pour it into your gumbo pot rather
I-
quickly so that you
Right.
let it burn.
I was going to use this as my gumbo pot.
What?
So once it's at the right,
Wait, what are you going to use as your gumbo pot?
this, I'm going to use this.
You're going to
Because-
use the one that has in it?
Yes, the one that's on camera
Oh.
right now.
Okay, I'm not sure that's going to work, but let's just see what happens.
All right.
Because what you're going to want to do, Mark, in order to save the roux and to save the gumbo, is you're going to want to pour water into it.
All right. I have some water standing by.
Okay, just when it's dark enough, then you'll pour the water in. You're going to make the whole gumbo in that little pot.
Yes, because I only have 10 shrimp, remember.
Oh, you're just putting shrimp in it, and that's it?
Well, I've got shrimp, I have sausage, and I have vegetables. I have okra, and I have green onions, all standing by.
Okay. You're not going to want to put them all in at once. You're going to want to put your okra in later, and you're going to put your other vegetables, which is onions and red peppers in your case. And what else do you have?
I've got celery,
Celery, good.
and I
And,
have got some sausage. I have parsley.
And it's already cooked and all together.
The parsley you put in after everything is cooked.
Got it.
And the green onions you put in at the end. Okra put in right before them. And it
this
sounds
is-
like you've got.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
We're making this a little bit easier so that people can see how to do it, and they're going to watch the roux here, darken without burning.
Yes. Keep stirring.
Yes, sir. Do I need to add any more flour, do you think, or is that good?
Oh, it looks like you got enough flour. You might want to put another little bit of butter in there.
All right. Carol, can you get me some more butter? Please?
If you're afraid of butter, I don't think you should be eating Cajun food too much.
Yes. And I agree with that.
But I can
I'm
see
gonna-
it's getting nice. It's getting darker.
You better keep stirring. It's going to burn on you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it burns
And
immediately. It doesn't burn gradually. It burns
Yes.
immediately.
I'll turn it down a
It'll cake
little
up
bit.
on, it'll cake up on you too if you're not going to keep stirring.
Got it.
Yep.
Howard Sandler, a roux is what an Australian calls a kangaroo. Thank you, Howard. Howard, that's funny. It's turning a nice shade of brown, guys.
It's a nice shade. Good.
Yes.
Hard to judge by TV.
Right.
It takes a long time and patience.
And you got to watch it. Like Mark said, you got to keep your eye on it and your paddle in there.
Yep. And I don't know if it's tactile or what, but I prefer a wood spoon to stir with rather than a metal spoon or a plastic spoon.
Oh yeah,
Well, you,
plastic spoons melt, and metal spoons will burn your hands.
That's true.
that's doing good. It's turning brown. We're doing good.
Yeah, it's
It's
looking good. But get ready to pour water in it because you don't want it to keep going. You want it to. You don't want to
You
smell
better
it burning.
hurry.
Yeah, that's about time.
all right. Should I
That's
add
pretty
some
good.
add the water?
Yeah, but stand back because usually you don't do it in a flat pan like this.
Right.
But so don't get it too close to you. There you go.
And I'm going to
So
stir it
you,
up some more. And that is the color, by the way, of peanut butter.
yeah, yeah,
Unless you're
good.
What I do
cooking.
is I
Go
put
ahead,
some chicken
LD.
stock in. I put chicken stock in there instead of water.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know what else he had to put in there because he's not following the same
I'm not
exact procedure.
following it exactly.
Yeah.
And so I turn this up a little bit. Should I bring this back to a boil?
Yeah, just let it keep boiling because you can put your vegetables in now, and especially your sausage because your sausage needs to cook with the shrimp and stuff.
Got it.
So since that takes the longest to cook, you should put the sausage in now.
The sausage is cooked.
Got it. The sausage, it was pre-cooked.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now go ahead and put in the rest of your vegetables. I mean, put in the trinity, which is the carrots, celery, and onions.
Right.
And then you can add okra a little bit, a few minutes from now. And what else do you have here? You got the garlic. You chopped up some garlic, right?
I do. I have a bunch of garlic.
Okay, so you can put the okra in. Since you're doing a shortcut version here, put in the okra now, and then you can. Once that starts to cook, you can put in the shrimp. And then if I were you, I would, after you put the shrimp in, I'd put it on a very, very lowest heat and try to cook it for at least half an hour or 45 minutes.
Got it.
As I said, I usually do it for 2 hours, but I usually make 4 quarts at a time.
Oh boy. I want to come to your house. Now I'm going to put garlic in now too.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, you gotta have garlic.
all right.
Yeah, you may, if you like garlic, that's perfect.
Yeah, we love garlic.
Good. Because, I didn't proportionately reduce all the ingredients to, would you buy a pound of shrimp?
Just under a pound.
Yeah.
See, come to me, Carol. Bring me in and so what happens is that if I buy too much, we eat it. If I don't buy enough, it's not enough. So it's a fine line. It's called being married. And Carol's right here, and she could cut me off if she wanted to. I love her dearly, but every time I go to the market, she'll say, only 2 bananas. But I want one. Only 2 bananas. If I come home with 3 bananas, I get yelled at. I'm sorry, honey. It's just the way it is. Okay.
Yeah. There are no 2 banana families in my family because everybody wants you to have leftovers.
Yes.
It's always better left over than it is originally.
This is thickened up really nicely.
Good.
Now, I have the shrimp, and I have Tony's. How do I use the Tony's? Carol?
Well, this needs to be spiced. There's a whole
Yeah.
list of spices, starting with black pepper.
Right.
And you start with some black pepper, and then you use Tony's. We like it very spicy, so you guys need to do that to taste, otherwise you'll get divorced. And I splashed some Tabasco sauce into it.
All
And
right. I've got Tabasco right here. Tabasco comes from an island off of Louisiana.
no, it comes from a town called New Iberia,
I thought it was
which is
a little island.
not that I know of.
Okay.
I've, been, I've never had to cross water to go into the factory there.
I've never been to the factory. That'd be fun. I also have cayenne ready.
Yeah, well, use that. You know, you can see the recipe calls for this and that, and
Now, cayenne is really hot, folks.
yeah.
You
So
either like it or you don't.
somebody doesn't like spices, don't use too much of it. And this
I
needs
have to I have to disabuse people of the idea that Cajun cooking is hot. It just depends on how much cayenne you put in there.
exactly, and you need to put some more fluid in there. Uh, and I would use a broth.
Carol, I have, yes, can you go get me the broth? I have some chicken broth standing by.
Shrimp or chicken. I mean, you didn't put chicken in the gumbo, so it's up to you. It doesn't really matter, but
We have some chicken broth standing by. What about the Tony's Creole? I bought this the last time that LD was on, and I love this stuff.
yeah, well then don't hesitate.
My favorite.
And it's you know
It beats slap your mama.
I, it's
I
funny
have-
because go
I
ahead,
have
Ken.
I got a can of that in my kitchen. It's been there for 20 years because I don't use it either.
Yeah, I have some powdered slap your mama, and for the holidays, our friend Devin gave me liquid slap your mama. I haven't tried it yet. All right, I've got some there. That's some chicken broth. We've got the sausage in, and I think I'm going to add the Tony's right now.
Now, some people like a soupier gumbo, and some people like it drier. I tend to go for a little bit soupier, but I don't know if you can't go too far that way in that size pot. So
No,
use your judgment on that.
and we haven't put any shrimp in yet.
Yeah, well, you
We're
should
just
put
getting it.
because you're going to put the shrimp in. You're going to put the green pepper, the green onions, and you're going to find. I would say before the green onions, you put in the okra.
I've got the okra in already.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
you
I'll put the green onions in. Marbeth Dunn from Florida, thank you for
put the green onions.
Watching.
I would say after the okra, after the shrimp.
Oh, well, I goofed, Ken.
Okay, well, no big deal. It's all in the same pot.
It is. We have locally here in Thousand Oaks, California, there is a Creole restaurant. They make poor boys, they make gumbo, they make jambalaya, and it's really good. And as LD said, it doesn't have to be spicy. This smells amazing. I'm going to add just a little
Did you
bit
put
more of this.
Did you put the red peppers in there yet?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, the red peppers are in there. I wrote Ken a note a couple of days ago. For whatever reason, folks, I don't like green pepper. I never have. And green pepper is immature red pepper. If you let it sit out, it will turn red. And then, of course, there's orange and yellow, there's purple. I do like Hungarian green, but it's very hard to find those here on the West Coast. You obviously like green pepper, Ken? And
To me, green pepper and okra are the distinctive flavors of gumbo.
got it.
But if you don't like green pepper, then red pepper is a good holiday solution because it looks festive, but it is noticeably sweeter than green peppers.
Absolutely. And maybe that's why I like it.
I know you're not a Cajun anyway because you don't have black pepper in the house. That's
Yeah, you're right.
There
I'm
you
gonna,
go. There you
I am
go.
gonna, I am gonna make a change, and tomorrow I'm gonna buy some black pepper.
but you need to buy a great big jar like this, right? A
Oh,
big jar.
yeah.
That'd last me a month.
Oh my, you use that much?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know, you look
I,
at gumbo. Gumbo is basically a dish that the Cajun people have sort of devised and developed over the many years. And they throw everything in the pot, you know, and cook it for the rest of the week. And that's what they fed their family on, you know. And so I had I have on CajunCookingSecrets.com. I have a way to cook it. It's the same way actually, but it's a little different, a little different. And so that's another way to cook it. Look at YouTube, and you'll see Cajun Cooking Secrets. And I cook a gumbo on that video.
got it. Well, this is it smells amazing.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Oh,
That's a great
I
thing.
cannot
I
wait.
like it a little more liquid than that, but that's good.
Well, I can add just a touch more of the chicken broth. And this is
Yeah,
from Whole Foods. It's a chicken broth. It's a low sodium because
that's what I
I don't
use.
cook with a lot of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use chicken broth instead of
Did
water.
you did you even put black pepper in there?
Yeah, I did, but my
I
arms
thought that
got
was
tired.
oh that was on his recipe.
I did it on yours too.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, I did some. I can't believe we don't have. We have. I have so many. I have Himalayan pink salt. I've got iodized salt. I got salt, salt, salt. And we can't believe that
You
we
don't
don't
need
have black
Himalayan
pepper.
We don't even like salt.
you don't need
We,
Himalayan pink salt in Louisiana. I can tell you
no,
that.
I'll bet. Well, folks, here we go. I've got shrimp here that I've cleaned, and I tried to find Gulf shrimp, by the way, because they do taste different. And it's hard in the LA basin to get that. I don't know why. Do you fly it in, Ken?
We find it either at Whole Foods or at we live up 2 blocks from Farmers Market, so I usually go over there and just pick it out from the shrimp place. You know,
Okay. Is that the farmers market, the original farmers market? Farmers market? Farmers
in
market
Fairfax.
on
Yeah, on
Fairfax.
Fairfax. Yeah.
I have many fond memories of being there with my Aunt Till. May she rest in peace. We would go there, and I couldn't believe. I was a young kid. I was 6 years old, and then I'd go back. I was 10 years old. She lived in Hollywood. She lived right on Hollywood Boulevard, just off of Laurel Canyon, and which is maybe a mile from Sunset Strip. And we'd go to the farmers market. She'd take me to Grauman's Chinese Theater. She asked me, she wanted to have my picture taken with, at Grauman's, which is now, Mann's, I think, with the footprints. And she got mad at me because I wanted my footprints taken, my picture taken with Shirley Temple, not John Wayne.
He was worried about something, huh?
I guess so.
Well,
Not
I'm
that
sure
there's anything wrong with that, right?
I'm sure that Shirley Temple was a great cook.
She became an ambassador. I can't remember to what country.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Austria is something like that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Jeopardy question.
I'm sorry, what, Carol?
Sounds like a Jeopardy question.
Yes.
What makes the Cajun food different and really tasty is it has layered flavors. It's not because of the heat. and it's because of the fact that you put like in there, make your roux, and then you put your vegetables in there, and that's usually celery and onions and green peppers, and that makes a whole different taste, and that makes it quite different. And
Well, this looks, Ken, very similar to what I've had at the local Cajun restaurant, as well as in New Orleans. I don't know if you can tell or not. I have no idea how it tastes yet.
oh, that
Oh,
looks
good.
great. That looks good.
Carol,
Yeah.
how does it smell?
Here's what you should do. I take a little ramekin and I fill it with some of that, and then you just taste it outside the pot so you don't burn your mouth, and then you can tell whether it needs anything.
Got it.
I can tell by looking at it that it needs black pepper.
Well, I have a ramekin,
Good.
and I'm going to take some of this.
Yeah, I think it needs more liquid for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, right. It does.
I'm going to
It
add
does
some
it.
more broth. Should I
Yeah.
add any more of Tony's?
Taste it first. That's why I told you to put the ramekin there.
Got it. When we
You
first
got to
started,
taste as you go, right, Dan?
right. When we first started the show, I forgot the law of physics in that food that's cooked or cooking is hot. So I did the hot food in the mouth dance, which is really not attractive. Um, so I'm going to taste this. It is a little thick.
Yeah, it needs to be more like soup.
All right. But Ken, it's delicious. Got a
Yeah.
nice little kick.
Looks great. Looks delicious.
Well, I wish you could smell it too. That's the best part.
Oh man,
I smell it.
Thank you.
it's really good, Ken.
Good. Yeah, so you're going to serve this on rice, so you
Right.
need to put more liquid in it. So it's a kind of makes a gravy in the rice, and
Oh,
it's
oh
like
man, I got to tell you, Ken, this is a winner. What? Oh, Shirley Temple was ambassador to Ghana and Czechoslovakia. I guess
Oh, my
she was,
God. Thanks,
Thank
Howard.
you for looking that up, Howard. Wow. Is that soupy enough?
Not really.
More soup?
Yeah, I mean you can use water if you want to. It doesn't have to be broth, but it's fine either way.
I'm going to let that come up. The shrimp are cooking.
They should be cooked by now.
Yeah,
They take
I mean-
about 3 minutes.
yeah, that would be real fast. I'm going to bring that up. I think I'm going to take the shrimp out and I'll put them to the side.
Why?
Well, I don't want them. All right, you're right. Why?
Yeah. The whole thing about gumbo is it steeps in every juice, all these different juices, and that's what makes it better the next day, even than the day you make it.
That's
This is
the
not
truth.
going to last till next day.
Totally.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand, these minuscule sizes of things. But I understand it's a marital issue, and you need to see the priest about it. And
Well, the other thing is that we're small people, Ken.
okay.
We're tiny. We
So
don't.
you need to have more tiny people around you.
Yes. Well, we have tiny people, but they're every place else. They're
I
not
see.
home anymore. The
Oh,
great
okay.
thing, as you know, Ken, I know you're a grandpa. As kids grow up, and you too, LD, they grow up, they move away.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
let's.
what did you say to them?
I'm sorry. What was that?
What did you say to them to make them move away?
It was probably me, Ken. I don't know.
Well, I've got two of mine here. So out of seven, I got two of mine here in town. So I get to see them every day when I want
That's
to.
great.
You have 7 kids?
I have seven grandchildren. I had four
Oh,
kids. Yeah.
wow. How about you, Ken?
I have 7 grandchildren, but I only had 2 children.
Oh, my.
And then, fortunately, we were going to Denver to visit my son and his 3 kids. And this is the week we were going to go, but we were both so sick we canceled our trip. Thank God, because we would have been stuck at an airport all week.
Oh, it's terrible. We were going to go back east to visit our kids. Um, and we've been saying every day, thank goodness we didn't go because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen, the black pepper shrimp. Oh, Joyce, Joyce, let us know where you're from. Where do you live? What city and state? I'm nosy. I ask questions for a living. And that was Joyce Nicoletti.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to tell you guys, the gumbo is terrific, and the black shrimp earlier was terrific as well.
Well, you can't have too much shrimp at one meal. So
No, no,
that's
never.
typically Cajun. They have 3 or 4 main dishes.
It's terrific. In LD's book, he has a lot of history about the Cajun people. So, are you Cajun, Ken, from your mom's side?
From my mom's side, yeah.
And LD, you grew up with Cajun people. You're not Cajun, or are you?
Yeah, yeah. When I practiced law, half of my clientele were Caucasian. That's 43 years. We were doing courtroom work, and they were Cajun. And when I left, I got out of Louisiana and around, I found people knew nothing about them. They thought they were from New Orleans. They thought that the food was hot. They had I had to disabuse them of it. And I finally said, I'll write a book about it, and I'll put about 100 of my beautiful recipes in there. And there you go. That's what that book's about. The
And
Cajun people and how they're different from New Orleans and so on.
and
Yeah, when
LD,
people
your
use,
wife is watching you,
Yeah, I
Joyce,
know. She's in there. She is over in the other part of the room. Hello, baby.
and she says, "I love his cooking."
Yeah.
Well,
great.
do you, Ken? Do you do most of the cooking at home?
No, Kayoko's a great cook. She makes Japanese food, which is spectacular. But I cook Cajun and Italian.
Got it.
And
And LD, do you do most of the cooking or no?
Well, we sort of divide it up. Depends on who's available. You know,
Got it.
she's a caretaker. She takes care of people as a professional caretaker, and she takes care of me too. But it's
Got it. Um, and here at the Alyn household, I do most of the cooking, but I don't have to do any of the cleanup because I have a wonderful kitchen fairy, Carol, who takes care of us. Gentlemen, thank you both very much. I know I surprised you both by changing your recipes. I didn't mean to do that, but I had to. Um,
at
and
least you didn't use smoked turkey. That I almost had a heart attack when you told me you were going to use smoked turkey in the gumbo.
Oh no 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 no! I bought for the holidays. I got a smoker, and I cooked I smoked a turkey breast, and I asked Ken, could we change the protein in this recipe because we're chickened and turkeyed out, and I still have 3 pounds of smoked turkey that I'm
It's
gonna
not my
eat.
problem.
Yeah, and it was delicious. It really smoked well. I want to smoke. Thank you, Tom. I want to smoke oysters. And at Whole Foods on Fridays, they have oysters for $1. So I'm going to get a bunch of oysters. I'm going to smoke them. But my problem is it's going to rain, and you can't smoke in the rain.
I need to
Gentlemen,
talk to you about that. I've got a smoker in the garage I haven't put together again. I had
right?
one many years ago, and I want to learn how to do some stuff. I never thought about smoking oysters. That's an idea.
Oh, oysters. I want to smoke trout, all kinds of things. Ken, thank you very much. Will you come back?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay,
Thanks for
good.
having me, and nice to meet LD.
Hey, good to
LD,
meet you. I'd like to get in touch with you, Ken. I got your website. I'll be in touch.
All right, I look forward to it, both for both of you. And Carol, thank you for the sous chefing.
thanks, Carol. As I always say, thank you, Carol. Listen, thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it. Happy New Year. And if you want, you can do a Cajun New Year. Next week, our friend Heidi Levy will be here. And she's going to cook, well, I'm not going to tell you what she's going to cook. We'll be back next Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on Twitter. Thank you very much. Have a happy, healthy New Year's. We'll see you next year. Bye-bye for now.